Hey everyone, happy Monday. I hope it was an amazing day where you felt like you were truly engaged with the purpose that God has placed in your life, like you felt like you were making a difference today and you made some progress towards some goals or some problems you were trying to solve. Or maybe it didn't. Yeah, I don't know about you, but my Mondays don't often feel that way. Often they feel as though I'm kind of just putting out little fires or checking off little things on my to-do list, getting this service finished and getting this thing ready, preparing for a meeting. I've got a couple of meetings tonight. It just feels like you're just kind of overwhelmed by all these little things that have to get done in order to kind of get through this day. And then by the end of the day, I kind of go home and often don't feel like I've made much of a difference, like I've had a major impact, or like I'm going towards the things that maybe God is calling us to change. Henry David Thoreau says, "It's not enough to be industrious or just to be busy, so are the ants. What are you industrious about?" And that's a question that can be kind of revealing for many of us. What is it that I'm trying to do? What is it that I am actually doing? And at the end of the day, I usually go through this practice, and I do it with my kids, but I often do it with myself too. I ask my kids, well, what are your 3 favorite parts of the day? And the idea is to kind of go through the day and find the places that things went well. Now, when you're doing it for yourself, you should also think about, well, what are the things that didn't go so well today? Where did I fall short? Or where did I get distracted about what I was called to do? And where did I allow my attention to kind of just be spread too thin to make much of a difference at all? And so when I was struck by this question quite a long time ago, actually, I decided that I wasn't going to allow kind of my to-do list to overwhelm me and just to have things kind of thrown at me as I sat down, but instead to be a little more diligent about planning out how I'm going to engage with different kinds of stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of productivity models out there that suggest you need to set some priorities and do those things that are really important to you. Do them first. So I actually have this little sticky note on my computer in the morning. It's just this little note that has a couple of questions on it. And it says, what are the problems you are trying to solve today? So as I sit down at my computer, often beginning to check my email and other things after having done some devotions, some quiet time, kind of setting myself up for the day, particularly the week if it's a Monday, then I start to think about what's the big picture problems that I'm trying to solve today. And that's key, because it's not just, something way out there, but how am I going to work on it today? What are the things that I'm going to work on today? And then the second question is, how are you going to block time today to help work towards those solutions? And often, that's one of the first things I do when I sit down. Like, what are the problems I'm going to try to solve today? What are the issues, the things that are going on in this community, in my life, in whatever, however you want to put that, in your business, in your home? What's the problem I'm going to try to solve? And then, how am I going to set aside time to work towards those solutions? And I find that so much better than just a to-do list in terms of these are the things that I have to get done today, because it helps me reorient my vision and my life towards the things that God's calling me to actually work towards. So hopefully these questions are helpful to you as you think about living your life and reaching out with the good things that God has given for us and the ways in which He calls us to live and engage in this world. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe, and maybe comment on how you might answer those questions. What are the kinds of problems that you're wrestling with, and how do you block out time to make sure that you can get those products done?